For Rafat Isaaq, this modest schoolhouse in Karachi, Pakistan is more than a center of learning. It's a beacon of hope. In a country where 50% of the population is illiterate, the public school system is crumbling and madrasas are flourishing. Rafat, a former school teacher, is responding to Pakistan's education crisis, one student at a time.
I want to see how much you've learned.
We used to live in this neighborhood some years ago, and I used to notice the workers that used to come from the neighborhood to my house to clean up and do extra, give me some extra help in the house. I used to talk to them and get to know about them, and I got to know through them that their kids never went to school.
The scale of the problem daunting. Thousands of children with no viable access to an education, either because they were forced into child labor or the school was too far from home. 5 years ago, Rafat decided she would tackle the problem by starting in her own backyard.
This neighborhood is called North Nasimabad, and like medium to low income group people live here. But my school caters for the children of the very low income.
Look at all that people living on those hills. Most of my students come from those homes.
Rafat started the Isaaq Foundation School, paying for the dilapidated building, its maintenance, and teacher salaries through fundraisers both home and abroad. She spent 6 months in the U.S., frequently exhibiting Pakistani clothes and crafts from her son's home in Florida to raise money for the school. The rest comes from donations and her own pocket. The school's sign is one that not one of the students' parents can read: free education program for underprivileged children. By all accounts, Pakistan has an education vacuum that leaves students like these behind.
It does have a public school system, but it's not enough. We should have more schools. Like, the children cannot afford to pay for the transportation, because like there's one in this neighborhood that will cater to only a few hundreds. We need schools by the thousands here because they're so poor they cannot afford any kind of extra expense.
Madrasas address the problem, but most have become centers for extremist teachings about Islam. This school does teach about the Quran, but it's only a fraction of the curriculum. Students also study science, math, Urdu, English, and social studies. Because most of the parents of these students are themselves illiterate, help with homework is not an option. That's why the success of students like Bisma is so impressive.
My name is Bisma. I read in class. My teachers is very nice. I like school very much.
The children that come to the school come from very low paid parents, like they're cleaners and hawkers and plumbers. And these are the children who could not go to any other school because of the fact that their parents cannot afford it.
We try our best.
But even the most dedicated teachers feel stunted when they're reminded that these kids are on their own.
We very frustrated because they बिल्कुल ब्लैंक होके आते हैं, एकदम कुछ नहीं समझ में आता है. जो चीज़ हमने इतने अच्छे से उनको पढ़ा दी होती है, वो चीज़ they can't understand, तो फिर वो ज़रा सा frustrated होता है.
Even with all its challenges, free tuition and dedicated teachers are making a difference in the lives of children who were literally plucked from the streets to sit in these crowded classrooms.
My name is Sabir. My favorite subject is science.
Sabir wants to become a doctor one day. It's the kind of ambition not one of these kids or their parents dreamed of before they slipped off their shoes and entered this makeshift schoolhouse. But Rafat says those are the strides they're making, one step at a time.